Welcome back, everybody. It's great to see your lovely faces. I don't see your faces. It's
But you see our lovely faces, Marjorie and mine.
That's true. It's lovely
Justin's.
to be here with Justin, Marjorie, and Nikki. Oh, well, introduce ourselves. J. Michael.
And I'm Nikki.
All right. We're Explore 55 Plus, and today we are checking out traditions in Winter Haven with Marjorie.
Yay!
Hello, nice to see you.
Very nice to see you again.
All right, this is gonna be a good one. So we're gonna hop in. You guys know the drill, but we're gonna hop into the map. We're gonna check out the location. We're gonna do an overview of the community, talk about homes, number of homes, build dates, all the fun stuff. Then we're gonna talk about the HOA, home prices, all of that good information. Everyone always wants to know that. I've said this so many times now. I'm gonna have to mix it up a little bit, and then we'll hop into a little community tour. We'll do a video show walkthrough of the amenities and talk about the lifestyle, some of the stuff they're offering. Then at the end, we'll do FAQs. We swapped spots again. I think I'm going back to the fence question, and she's gonna have natural gas. So, and then in the future, stick with us, folks. Thank you so much for being on this journey with us. We want to do these live. It would be so cool for you guys to be able to just type in questions and get them answered while we're at it. But we're going to get that figured out. The audio's better too, by the way. Hopefully you guys noticed that. Anyways,
Much better.
I'm getting too far. Let's hop into the map. Get into this thing.
So Marjorie, we just did, we've also done Lake Ashton with you. We know it's going to be repetitive, but some people might just look at this one. So if you wouldn't mind giving us the overview of the location of traditions at Lake Ruby.
Very good. So again, we are very centrally situated, right in the middle between Orlando and Tampa. And then with your closest kind of like shopping city, I want to call it, where you're going to do your major big shoppings, because there is like a Sam's Club, stuff like that, is in the neighboring Lakeland, which is about 35 minutes drive from Traditions and Winter Haven. So being right in the middle, there is obviously loads to see, loads to do, loads to shop. You are very close to Legoland and about 45 minutes or so from the Disney and all the parks in the area on the Orlando side. And then still very close to Tampa as well, about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic. That will bring you to Tampa. They obviously have the cruise ships also leaving. Some cruise ships leave from the Tampa port as well.
My understanding is Tampa also has a lot of the sports teams. So if you're a sports fanatic but don't want to live in Tampa, this would be a great location to pop over whenever you've got your sports events going on.
Right. And again, let's talk about traffic, because I-4 and obviously Tampa and Orlando are very busy traffic-wise. So Traditions is very well located, just off the beaten track. So it puts you in a country setting, but still close enough to reach all those hot spots.
Very nice. And how about healthcare right outside and around Traditions?
Okay, so being in Winter Haven, you are very close to the Winter Haven Hospital, which is a really good hospital. There's also a large hospital off of 27. I think it's called the Heart Hospital of Florida or something like that. And then also close to Lakeland, which is a 35-minute drive from Winter Haven. And in Lakeland, you have the Lakeland Regional Hospital, the Watson Clinic with all the necessary specialists that you can think of, and also a veterans clinic. So you have several of, places close by if you have, any medical needs. And then still in reach if for the larger, procedures like Moffitt Cancer Center, which is obviously in Tampa, and then obviously whatever is in Orlando as well for bigger procedures. But just for general health, loads of medical facilities close by.
And of course, as far as restaurants and outside your gates, there's plenty.
Absolutely, because Traditions doesn't have its own on-site restaurant like the previous community, like Ashen, that we have discussed. You are very close to Legoland. That brings about a mile or so from Legoland, and that brings obviously all the chain restaurants and retail shopping to your doorstep. But because of your location, you still feel as if you're in the countryside, but you're very close to all those attractions.
And again,
inside of Winter Haven, sorry, I just wanted to quickly tell you about inside of Winter Haven. Obviously, there's loads of, just locally owned restaurants like the Harborside, Arabella's, Nutwood, and the Crazy Greek, and just generally interesting places to visit and see.
And I've been to downtown Lakeland before, and there are some great restaurants and a cool ambiance downtown Lakeland.
Absolutely, absolutely, and they are, there's really, really cool places in Lakeland that have recently popped up. 1916 is one of the restaurants. The Joinery is kind of like got a food court feel, but it's kind of like really interesting vendors that have, little shop fronts there. So just a very interesting place to explore, and it's a 35-minute drive from Winter Haven, so it's great for exploring over weekends, attending the farmers market and various things that are going on in Lakeland.
So lots to do outside the gates, and man, that's a lot of lakes.
Yep. And so Traditions is actually built on the one side of Lake Ruby, and it actually connects to one more smaller lake called Lake Bess. And the community actually has got a very affordable boat slips in the community, so that you can launch your boat from there, or just keep your boat in the slips and you can fish off the lake. They also have a nice pergola, so that you can literally sit out with your picnic basket or just bring your fishing rod.
Cool. Yeah, and fishing is huge out there.
Yes, and it's apparently great for bass fishing. And also the Winter Haven ski team normally does some practice rounds on Lake Ruby, so you see that show for free.
Fun.
That's cool. All right, I love it. Well, let's talk about some general information on the community. What were the build dates, number of homes, things,
style
things like
of
that.
homes, if there's different styles.
Right. So I want to say, since Lennar was the builder, and since they have built out, I think about last year they have completed new construction. There is now around 700 homes in the community. Interesting
it's boutique community. That's kind of a boutique community, since there's only 700 homes.
Yes, that is the correct word for that. Interesting thing about the community, Thompson Nursery Road actually cuts right through the community. So it's got a northern and a southern side to the community. So the northern side has actually got the clubhouse, but the southern side does not have the clubhouse, more tranquil side of the community, backing up to a lot of green space on one side of the community. But they all use the same facilities. They have the same services. They have the same HOA fee. The community started around also early 2000s, 2005, I want to say, and then there was a lag, obviously with the crash, and then Lennar came back and bought up the rest of the land, and then finished, as I say, around last year sometime, they finished with the last villas that they have constructed.
So they have villas? Are they attached villas?
Okay, so there are actually three styles of homes in the community. The one smaller section that's part of the northern side on the clubhouse side of the community are around I want to say 1,100 to 1,200 square feet homes. It's just 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, no den area, and they run around the 180s to the 199s,
Pretty
depending on the
affordable.
upgrade. They also have a small little fencing backyard. Very interesting setup because their homes are still considered single family homes, and they are set up diagonally with each other. So you share kind of like one wall of your backyard with your neighbor. So it's little L-shaped backyards that are actually fenced in. So it's great for pet owners, people that really wanted to kind of like scale down on their, just square footage wise. Mm-hmm. Across the road on the southern side, they have just completed those villa style homes that I've just mentioned. And it is buildings with 4 units per building. They have 2 outside floor plans for the outer end units, and then also a different floor plan for the inside units. But all of those floor plans are 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, plus a little den area. And the sizes are a little bit bigger. It's around, I want to say 1,400 square feet or so for those units, and price ranges around the 180s to the 205s, 210s. And then the single family homes, obviously built in different stages of the developers, just time in the community. So it differs vastly between the two sites. They are all mixed in, earlier built and then later built homes. They have finished the southern side later on. So there are more newer builds on that side.
Cool. So I think the obvious question that comes to mind is there any animosity between the north side and the south side?
No, not at all. And it's purely a choice. Some people would just want to be on the clubhouse side. They just want to be closest to the lake, and so on and so forth. There are not many lakefront homes, however, even if it's built on the one side of the lake. The rest of the kind of like the lakefront homes are in private, different communities, which are not part of traditions.
And can you take a golf cart across?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. And
From
some people
north-south.
prefer to be on the other side without, the more tranquil, I want to call it the more tranquil side, and others just want to be on the clubhouse side. So it is just a matter
Hat for
of
every
preference.
head, we always say it.
So I know you said one of the villas was like around 205. Is that the lowest price point in there?
I want to say the lowest price point would be around the 180s.
180s. Okay.
Obviously, the prices have cracked up quite a bit over time.
Well,
they started off like in the
and we do
150s.
We do have to say that, these are timely videos. So if somebody happens to be watching this in 5 years, obviously, we'll
Yes.
try and update. We're in 2021 now, y'all. So this is what's going on now.
Yeah. If you want current information, reach out. Visit the website. That's the communities aren't done yet. Those will be up soon. You can always get current information on the high end. What's the highest price point you've seen in traditions?
The very high 300s, getting close to 400,000.
Okay, so high 300s, and then a good price point is probably around 250, which seems to be a good budget for a lot of people.
I want to say 280 is a better mark to aim at.
Okay.
So between 270 280 is kind of like a good average.
Okay.
But again, prices are obviously rising rapidly. So
Yeah.
even for those price ranges, they are getting scarce, and they don't last long.
Yeah.
Madri, do you have a lot of listings down there right now? Just curious, out of 700
There
homes?
is actually just, I think there's one villa listed at the moment and one cottage.
Yeah.
That's it.
So another reason to stay well connected with your agents folks, because once you decide on community, we'll keep an eye out for you and get you
As stuff comes
all
on.
that. Yeah, because it comes on. It does. That's just part of real estate. Well, that was fantastic. Now, the HOA, there's no CDD or bond to explain in traditions. What's your homeowners association dues?
So it also differs between the size of your lot or the type of home that you're at. But I'm just going to speak in general because obviously the villas are more expensive because they will also take care of your roof and so on. So you can add another $100 there for the villa side. But generally, it's around $470, and it sometimes is confusing again on the MLS for the data entry fields because this 470 is split into two parts. One is for the clubhouse fee, what they call. It gives you full access to all the amenities, the gated community, the private roads, and that is $171 per month. And the second part is for your what they call the HOA, which is basically your lawn care and your personal services at your home. This about $230, $240, adding all up to $471 average. Takes full care of your lawn. They trim your hedges. They replace your mulch once a year. They paint the exterior of your home every 6 years. It also obviously gives you access to full basic cable and internet, fast-speed internet. They include a few boxes, so it is really, for some people, it seems really, really expensive to live in the community. But if you see what all the amenities offer, and then, it's literally lock up and go. You can literally leave your home for 6 months and everything will be pristinely kept when you are back.
Yeah. It's the convenience of that.
A maintenance free. And then the painting of the house every 6 years is a unique feature, and it just keeps the community looking pretty
fresh
sharp.
Looking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pick your paint color? Do you have choices?
You have choices for paint colors when your time comes up for a repaint.
Yeah, there's a palette. You can't just go purple polka dotted or anything.
Yes.
Does that include irrigation water or anything like that?
Just on the villa side, and they also include irrigation in that monthly HOA. But for the rest, your water bill and electricity bill is for your own account.
Mm-hmm.
So just to clarify, then the villas, which are attached, they share a roof, so they have a reserve fund set in their
Correct.
extra HOA to replace the roof down the line when needed. If there needs to be a repair in the interim, though, you're responsible for your own repair, is my understanding. Is that correct?
If it's got anything to do on the exterior, then it's part of the HOA. If it's got to do on the interior, then it's obviously for your own account. But it makes it very affordable for people because literally you just have to have this, like renter's insurance for the inside of your home, since most of the outside of the building is covered by your monthly HOA fee.
Well, and that's truly maintenance free. Now, it's a gated community.
Yes, it is a gated community,
She's
and it's a
transitioning
private
again
community.
Here. Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
Let's hop into. Sorry to interrupt you.
I'm sorry.
We can see this stuff. Let's do it.
I start talking about the amenities before we change up to the photograph. Sorry, folks. Now I'm the amateur.
We will talk through them again.
There's the gate.
So yeah, there's the gated community. So you'll obviously have to.
And
have
that
a
is
gate
not
transport.
manned.
Can we pause real quick? Yeah. So
It's not manned. It was manned during construction, but now it is just via a code that you can have access.
So down at the bottom of the screen, you can see the two entrances to the north side, and then the clubhouse is up there. But one side's the north side, one side's the south side. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
But this picture, I want to see. Oh, yes, you can. Yeah, you are right. Down in the middle of, you can see the two entrances right across from
is
each
that a busy
other.
road at all, or is it pretty pretty quiet?
Well, it is Thompson Nursery Road, the same entrance road that leads to the main entrance of Lake Ashton. So it is a busy connecting road, but it's still a country road, so it's not as if it's 27 that you're on.
Yeah.
So that's the main clubhouse, and then you can see the different boat slips up there. It's very affordable to keep a boat in there. It's around $180 per year to keep a boat in the slips. So it's really, really affordable.
Is there a waiting list, or is there slips available?
There is slips available. I'm actually surprised that not many more, people are keeping boats in those slips. So they have it. It does come at a first come first served basis, but from the amount of open spaces, it's obvious that
Well, they're waiting for their neighbor to get their boat.
Exactly.
I can see in the distance there too a ski jump. So if anybody wants to go crazy,
that's where that Winter Haven ski team does their practice rounds.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So you can see the large. They are very active with their pickleball group, playing pickleball, and then obviously the beautiful pool with a lap side to the pool, and then also the other side where they do water aerobics together and just hang out with the grandkids or whatever. Shuffleboard, bocce ball, and there's a to the right of the picture here in the corner, you can see actually there's a basketball hoop as well.
Cool.
So they have an on-site HOA office, and the whole community is currently, I don't know if it will change, but currently, so to the right, the window that you see here is the HOA office, and they have a on-site HOA manager. The management company is called Leland Management, and they do a great job in managing the community and just for the general upkeep and maintenance of the community. They have an activities director called Sherry, and she does a great job with bringing in loads of entertainment. Also a small library, and then obviously pool tables.
Well, and for 700 homes, that's plenty of amenities.
Absolutely. Large meeting room, and as I say, Sherry brings up great entertainment, plays, different entertainers. They have a very active veterans group again that does charity dinners in there, so they make great use of that full catering kitchen.
Very nice.
So we were you and I were chatting about this before we started the video. The appeal to this community seems to be sort of the boutique, sort of like intimate lifestyle. Smaller community,
Absolutely.
Everybody really knows each other. It's much more intimate. You don't have golf, so if you're not interested in golf.
Correct. And then obviously the homes there's a little doggy park as well. That's on the south side of the community, and that green space backs up to that doggy park. So it's a great little spot to hang out. Just a well-maintained, smaller community, not with all the bells and whistles like in Lake Ashton, but it does appeal to a large part of, my clientele.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious, out of the 700 homes, is it mostly year-round residents or?
Yes, because it's a smaller community, I find that, there's not many people that are just snowbirds. A lot of the people are, permanent residents of the community.
Very nice. I think that does it. It's a unique, smaller boutique community in Lake Wales.
It's Winter Haven, and that's
I'm sorry,
is
Winter Haven. That's right. Lake Wales is just south. They're right in there next to each other, and I always get those switched around. So frequently asked questions, and one biggie is there natural gas available?
No, there's no natural gas, and I haven't come across any homes that decided to put in gas. I think one or two homes have, made the leap and asked permission to put in a propane tank for those gourmet kitchens, but there is no natural gas in the community.
Cool.
Gotcha.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
So can you build a fence in your backyard for the furry family members?
No, unfortunately not. So you are just bound by, if you really are desperate for a fencing backyard, you will just have to be satisfied with the smaller cottage-style homes in the community. Those are mostly off of Livingston Road and Granville and a little bit on Raleigh Drive. So those homes will offer those L-shaped little fenced-in backyards.
Yeah.
But for the rest, no fencing is allowed because the lawnmowers need to zip through all the lawns to take care of all your lawns and all the beautiful,
So you need
plants
to
and whatever, bushes.
You need to go underground then. You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to reach out to an underground fencing company and say, hey, we want a sponsorship discounts for our clients.
Yeah, we should. It's interesting though, because not everybody wants the underground fencing.
What's the
And
opposition
they'd
to
have
it?
to check the HOA too and making sure
Exactly,
it's allowed.
because some HOA won't even allow that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one of the things that, and I will mention it to anybody, but if you happen to be in an area that would have lakes and the possibility, and we're in Florida, of alligators don't care if you've got a underground fence.
Yes,
and if you're a little
they won't
pooch,
honor that.
yeah, they'll just come on in and, you know what I mean? Not that happens a lot, folks, I'm telling you. But anyway, so it's just one of those choices that you have to think. Now, those courtyard villas, I have to say, those are pretty cool for even privacy for your own self, because you can go hang out in your own courtyard and it's not where you can see anybody, right? Aren't the walls high enough where there's landscaping?
Yes. The fencing at the back is quite significant, so that you won't be able to see your neighbor.
Yeah. So that's another thought to those. Do you have any frequently asked questions when people are touring in traditions with you?
I think, yes. Normally, again, pet limits, because they think because you've got a little fence in backyard, you can now bring in like loads of pets, which is not the case. They are very strict with their 2-pet rule. They do not have weight and stuff, restrictions like that, or breed restrictions, but traditionally just 2 pets per household.
Yes, and that includes cats or dogs, right? So if you got one
Correct.
cat, you can have one dog.
What about
Correct.
anteaters? I don't add any value to these. I just make stupid comments.
Or anyway, I'm not going to go there. But so you certainly are entertaining. Well, that was fantastic. And again, it's a nice boutique, sweet little community. There's always a hat for every head. And this is why we hope to be of service to our 55 plus explorers, because as you start to really get to know the areas, now you can get down to the community, and we'll definitely connect you with the agents that know it so well. They can cheerlead for the area and the specific community. So reach out to us via website, email, or phone, and we will connect you with Madri.
Yes,
Happy to be of
www.explore55plus.com. Sorry to interrupt you, Madri.
No.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. You're
Thanks
the bomb.
again, Madri.
It was lovely. Thank you.
All right, see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye. Oh, you did your Felix the cat wave.
We're all doing it.
We're gonna have to do the Felix the cat wave.